For some individuals in the business, the name of Jada Pinkett Smith is related with ceaseless dramatization, and truly there is not any more disputable individual in the stage who is known for the most part for her insane activities and proclamations, as opposed to any accomplishments over years. Jada has carried sufficient debate to her conjugal existence with Will Smith, yet it seems like this woman is never drained to stand out enough to be noticed by her humiliating activities. And this time she chose to totally mess up her picture and notoriety. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So you may definitely realize that Jada Pinkett Smith is a mobile equivalent of Wince, yet indeed her despicable way of behaving and articulations ponder her, as well as her family too. But at this point, she went much further in her flinch, and evidently because of her careless web-based feature Netflix is being sued for $2 billion by Egyptians for twisting the picture of Cleopatra in its nude a Q show coordinated by Jada. Well, it appears as though Jada is prepared to effectively get individuals discuss her, and she couldn't care less about the expense of this exposure and the potential risk she puts every other person in. Recollect that embarrassment with her cheating when she considered nothing better compared to transparently air the grimy cloth in the general population. In a location the reports during her hit syndicated program called The Red Table, it was in the midst of the bits of hearsay that her relationship with entertainer Smith could be over a direct result of her treachery. I truly felt like we could be finished. And afterward, what did you do, Jada? Well, Jada welcomed her high-profile husband to her own show to freely embarrass him in light of the fact that do you know whatever other lady went down with her companion before cameras, and begin examining how laying down with a more youthful man fulfilled her. So in that episode of the Facebook Watch series, the couple uncovered that Pinkett Smith truly had a close connection with family companion August Alsina. Anyway, as they concurred during that discussion, the relationship, or the ensnarement, as they called it, occurred during Jada and Will's division. Jada added that she entered the relationship with Alsina out of a craving to feel better and assist with recuperating him, yet wound up finding that she expected to find satisfaction inside herself first. In the wake of finishing her undertaking with Alsina, she and Smith reunited. While it was all fascinating to talk about for Jada, it's obvious from Will's face demeanor that he was no open to staying there. And listening how his significant other partook in an undertaking with a more youthful man who was likewise a family companion, I didn't know I was truly going to address you again. Definitely like the way that I'm addressing you again. Prior August himself dropped a gigantic sensation by declaring that the Oscar-winning entertainer gave him, while we as a whole realize that the elements in the Smiths family are somewhat insane, I actually can't picture while sitting close to August and talking about how and when the youthful vocalist could lay down with his better half. While obviously the entire episode was just an ungainly clarification of why Jada went despite Will's good faith and chosen to dig into cozy experiences, it was thoroughly humiliating and embarrassing for Will, considering the things that Jada was saying regarding the survey she was unable to oppose, as would be natural for her. I would say that we had to go at all that we could to move away from one another, just to understand that that was unimaginable. It seems like Jada reveres injury. And with regards to making a buzz in the business, nobody can improve achievement that Will's dearest spouse individuals can't help thinking about what compels the entertainer stay in this marriage that just adversely think about him, since it's not whenever his name first got hauled through the mud. In view of something Jada said recollect, when she admitted that she would have rather not gotten hitched in any case, and genuinely reviewed her mom, compelling her little girl Ann Smith became pregnant with their most memorable kid together, child Jaden. Clearly, Jada utilizes each opportunity to stir things up around town and really establish herself. Yet up until this point, she is just known for being a humiliated implied for the business and an individual who obliterates her significant other's standing in Hollywood. will himself over and again requested that his better half quit acting in such a manner. Yet Isurma's nothing can prevent the sovereign of contention from another recoil commendable conduct, like when she posted an Instagram cut recording Will and posing him a seriously private inquiry about treatment meetings. They have been having very much lashed out at her platitude. My virtual entertainment presence is my meat and potatoes, so you can't involve me for virtual entertainment. Don't begin moving. I'm remaining in my home. Don't begin moving certain individuals, except that Jada is doing all that purposefully on the grounds that she needs to see her name in the press and via virtual entertainment. And she doesn't truly tend to think about what sort of exposure she gets in so far. As individuals discuss her, and tragically everything influences her better half too. And Isurma's not such countless individuals need to connect themselves with such a cringy family. As one individual remarked everything a nauseating lady to say to her significant other, she had not felt better and so lengthy. And out in the open, very much come on you can improve. And another client said, watching while professing to comprehend the reason why his significant other betrayed him is fierce straightforward. She needs his cash and popularity, and nothing else that accompanies a marriage. Jada has as of late chosen to take her humiliating way of behaving to a next level, and certain individuals accept that she is presumably doing it for promotion and consideration, since by what other method might you at any point make sense of the way that she transforms everything about her life into a wreck and one more outrage. So Jada was allowed an opportunity to deliver and portray the narrative. About sovereign Cleopatra and kid what a mix she had made among the crowd. Jada Pinkett Smith's Netflix narrative, named Sovereign Cleopatra, gazing Adele James, turned into the focal point of a significant show in the Broadway. The delivery has set off a flood of responses across the globe passing judgment on the projecting decision of the lead entertainer. It appears as though Jada was anticipating that the show should be a triumph, regardless of what due to her name, yet Jada Pinkett Smith is anything but a decent history specialist, or even analyst, or perhaps she's only perfect at making one more dramatization around herself, saying essentially we don't frequently get to see or hear tales about dark sovereigns. And that was truly significant for me, as well concerning my little girl Willow. And only for my local area to have the option to know those accounts, since there are lots of them. The miserable part is that we don't have prepared admittance to these verifiable ladies who were so strong and wore the spines of African countries. Not long after the trailer for the series dropped, Netflix had to switch off the remarks on its YouTube station because of how much unfriendly editorial. Furthermore, a request on change or blaming Netflix for misrepresenting history got 85000 marks prior to being pulled from the stage. And Jada Pinkett Smith isn't just giving a raw deal to the whole filmmaking industry, in addition to a tremendous damage to African history, which plays sufficient part models and an entrancing history and legacy of its own, without the need to make misleading cases to fabricate fantastical depictions to fill political needs anyway. Jada doesn't appear to mind in exposure pictures and meetings. Pinkett Smith plans to mess things up about Cleopatra's legacy, calling her only a dark sovereign. And the way that Jada thought she planned to pull off this is entertainingly dumb. Yet Isurma's nobody accepts that this was some sort of innocent slip-up. It was unquestionably done intentionally and put in the authority trailer to make more debate and make individuals